So the next one is this one, and we have here one apistogramma, yes, this one, and a very bold wood here. And this empty space is called negative space. It's very important in art and photography and in aquarium design, because it creates this, balance between empty spaces and filled out spaces. So that's what is happening right now. I see that the plants, the epiphytes, are cleverly embedded throughout this wood. So I really like and enjoy this aquarium. It may look like a simple one, maybe it's a little bit small for this apistogramma, and it shouldn't be alone. There probably should be like a pair of them, like a male and a female, so they could breed, But overall, I guess that this is a very beautiful design. Judging by the design, this is a classic triangular aquascape, very clever, very bold, very impressive, just because of the structure and the scale of the wood and the stones that are embedded throughout. So the next one, this is just a new hardscape by the aquascaper who posted this, and take a look at this one. This is also a triangular scape, because you see this line goes like from the right side above to the left side, below. So, and there are also many detailed stones that kind of help you transcend from the bigger aquascaping, like, hardscape, right, to the sand. So, according to the scale of the stones, you need something in between the sand granules and the stones. So the owner used this, smaller pebbles in order to kind of blend all that around and provide more details and more naturality, if you will. And the wood itself is very beautiful. I guess that there are maybe 3 or 2 pieces kind of like put together. And you see there are some shadows in this on this side, here, there. Great places for Anubias and other epiphyte plants that do not like much light. So, and the wood itself, it has like this, arching, kinda nature to it. So they kinda like bend and create this flow again to the left side, but they go higher, like they go up instead of down. So a very clever aquascape, that's how you do it. You need to create the flow, right, from one side to another, and it should be asymmetric. In this case, it will be beautiful. So let's come to the Instagram, okay? So I want to show you this aquarium today. This is a little bit difficult even to find the words to it, because basically this one is like a Dutch aquarium, but it's done in such a way that the plants just grow on the wall. And I think there is some contraption at the back side, I mean like at the background, and it kind of like lets plants grow like this. It looks a little bit more artificial because the plants grow vertically in sections, but I'm really enjoying this. It looks like a beautiful natural curtain. And let's not forget, this aquarium, I think it is in the shop, so it's a good display aquarium for people who want to buy some plants. So let's come to this one. This is a classic island aquascape. Take a look. The sand around is just empty, it's bare. There are not so many detailed stones. All the stones that are bigger are placed around the island. So the island itself consists of the stone structure, then some wood, and there are plants embedded all around. So all these plants are not even in the substrate. They are just wedged in between the twigs. This is a very clever aquascape because all the plants basically are low maintenance. You do not have to cut them that much. They grow without much light and even without CO2, so CO2 is not necessary. And I think this is an example. It is in the same shop like the previous aquariums that we have seen right now with the curtain of the plants. So this is a very clever design. Very easy maintenance, especially if you do not have much light and you do not feed that often. So, and beautifully embedded epiphyte plants. Some Anubias types, bigger Anubias above and some smaller below. And throughout, there are also some other plants. I think that this is a fern. Yes, absolutely. So, some ferns, some different types of Anubiases, and I think that's pretty much it. Maybe some other plants, just a few plants, Sometimes when it's about island aquascape with low maintenance, first of all, you are limited in the number of plants that you may choose. And the next one is sometimes it is better if it looks like this, because the less the plants, I mean like the species, the more cohesive it looks, because you know you are anyway creating a minimalistic, let's say more minimalistic aquascape. And I like how the twigs look. You know, these twigs above and below, they look a little bit like parallel to each other, but I think it's just okay, because you know, after some time some parts of it will be covered by plants and it will be like looking like, you know, the twigs are just sticking out. It starts to look like it even now, I think. So beautiful aquascape. So the next one is, I wanted to show you, I guess this one. This is a high-tech aquarium. So you see we have this beautiful action happening. You know, when you create an aquascape, especially in high-tech environment, it is very important to place your plants of different colors and patches, because you know, when they grow like this, they will be just in islands. And this is you know, this looks much better if you want to have this clean borders between the plants. You may of course mix them up and it will look more natural, but if you want to go with this more high-tech, maybe a little bit luxury look, especially if you have CO2, you may choose like this, you know, something like that. The backlight here, you see the background itself is illuminated, that's why it is kind of contrasted very much with the rest of the scape inside, and a lot of carpeting action happening with CO2 and with the right balance of nutrients in water, with the right feeding of the fish. This will be a success undoubtedly, right? And of course the right filtration is also required. So a very high lighting, and you see it's also in the same shop as we have seen before. And this is an example of a high-tech aquascape. So I guess that you see the difference here, this scape and that scape. Both of them are beautiful, but this, the next one, the last one that we have seen right now, it looks a little bit more lush and cleaner, just because there is CO2, you know, and very, very, very detailed maintenance of everything. The plants are cut, you know, the water is purified with certain, you know, remedies, and also, you know, I guess that there is like, you know, probably, you know, they clean it all the time. So okay, the next one and the last one today is this aquascape, and this is an example of how the nature may take over. This is also a high-tech aquarium, right? So this is a high-tech aquarium, but it differs because it's more like, you know, triangular. First of all, I mean, like that one was also triangular, but it is more like it's flatter. Okay, this is like a little bit bolder, it kind of goes higher a little bit. And the negative space here is like there is less of it. So, you know, I think that here what they did to it, they just let the plants grow a little bit higher. Maybe they haven't maintained it yet, but it looks really good, cool, because, you know, the plant kind of like hang, you know, they like dangling, and they started to embed with each other. They are mixed up right now, so it creates a more natural look to it. It's a little bit messier, right? And especially take a look, maybe this is the parts of aqua soil that just emerged from the sand. It happens with some time with any sands, if you like mix them up, and if you do not kind of put the borders, and even if you put some of those, you know, some parts of the soil or, you know, sand, they will anyway go through and mix, you know, eventually. So it's kind of like natural. You can prevent it, but it will anyway happen to some extent. So well, and they pick through, and it creates this more natural look, like, you know, there are different types of sands and grains on the bottom. So well, this is a classic aquascape as well. Like, you know, if you want to know more about aquascaping, you should just take Takashi Amano's books. So well, beautiful examples, beautiful things we have seen right now. And I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, because I got inspiration from that. And sometimes when I make aquascapes myself, I really get inspired by people like this on social media. So big respect to everybody featured today in this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. So the next time we will see some other aquascapes and really appreciate the effort and the beauty and the passion which is expressed in them. So thank you so much for watching this video. I was very happy to make it once again, and hopefully there will be more episodes. So take care guys, and see you next time then. Bye bye.